Valentine's Day, he always put flowers in my locker. Her smile softens into something almost genuine, but it disappears when I ask, "Then why'd you dump him?" In that condescending, usual tone of hers, she says, "Because we were graduating, and he wasn't doing anything with his life. He was totally broke, but he wouldn't even think about going to college. He didn't have real goals. He was just a loser in some stupid little garage band." Judging by the legion of fans jammed in front of the stage earlier tonight, it's clear he did have real goals, and he's accomplished them with his stupid little garage band. But I don't bother pointing that out. I also don't bother pointing out that Danica dropped out of college after only one semester, and has spent the past 6 years living off her parents' credit cards. 60 years ago, our grandparents bought a farm. 26 years ago, her dad and my mom inherited it, and my parents made it their home. 14 years ago, Danica's parents made a lot of smart connections and investments, breaking into the corporate level of the livestock business, making a fortune, and moving far away from our small town and the modest plot of land that started it all. Now Danica works for their company when it suits her. My parents and younger brothers still live on the same small farm our grandparents bought, and up until 2 months ago, so did I. And this has nothing to do with what Adam said at the beginning of the show about their band signing a big record deal, I challenge, and Danica's eyes harden, but she doesn't bother arguing with me. Instead, movement toward the club steals her attention, and her almond eyes swing toward Mayhem. 7 people walk across the dark parking lot toward the buses. Adam and a girl under his arm, Sean and the female guitarist Kit, Joel and a bombshell in high heels, and Mike. Danica strips off my oversized hoodie before any of them can see her in it, tossing it to the ground and running toward her ex. "Mike!" It's like a scene out of a movie. Her long legs race across the parking lot. Her hair flies in the wind behind her. She jumps into her ex's arms. But when his arms should lift to wrap around her, so he can spin her around like any good movie heartthrob would, Mike simply hang motionless at his sides. I stop brushing the dirt and dried leaves off my green Ivy Tech hoodie, the one my parents bought me one Christmas when they couldn't afford to get me much else, to watch the curious scene in front of me. "Aren't you happy to see me?" Danica squeals, and the female guitarist makes a sound that causes Sean to tighten his arms around her. Her black eyes are murderous, and I notice that the rest of the band looks more or less the same. They watch Mike and Danica like the scene unfolding before them is a horribly offensive horror movie, instead of the timeless romance Danica wants it to be. I watch too, and when Mike's arms eventually lift to hug Danica back, I sigh and return to inspecting my hoodie. There's a stain on the sleeve. It smears as I rub my thumb over it. "What are you doing here?" Mike asks, and Danica flippantly tells him that she lives here now as she moves on to hug the rest of the guys. She puts on a performance worthy of an Oscar, and it doesn't falter until Sean steps out of reach when she tries to catch him in her arms. "What are you doing at our show?" he asks. "I wanted to see Mike," she pouts, without casting Mike even a second glance. "Why?" When Mike speaks, it strikes me how well his voice suits him. It sounds like it belongs to someone with big brown eyes, thick brown hair, and sculpted arms. He's hotter than Adam, even if Danica can't see it, and I find myself feeling irritated. Maybe because someone like him would love someone like Danica. Maybe because someone like Danica would never love him as much. Maybe because I'm tired and it's freaking cold, and I smell like someone else's BO, and my favorite hoodie in the world has a freaking stain on the sleeve, and I have to go home tonight with the bitch who put it there. "Yeah, Danny. Why?" She glares over her shoulder at the sound of her childhood nickname, the one that started getting under her skin when she decided it was too boyish. And I try not to stare down at my shoes. Since we moved in together over the summer, I've held my tongue. I've been her housemaid, her personal chef, her babysitter, and her doormat. It's the price I've had to pay for the roof her family puts over our heads, and the tuition they pay on my behalf. But 3 hours of waiting in line tonight, followed by 5 hours of no personal space.